My name is Dennis. I'm working for a while with different types of traffic, dating traffic, adult traffic, etc. So today I'd like to share a few tips, a few strategies about the best ways of finding traffic for your online dating business. All right, so let's proceed to the first slide. I hope all of you can see our presentation. And as I said, the theme of our webinar today is where to find dating traffic. So I'd like to start this webinar from one fact that is quite straightforward about the future of online dating industry. 1/3 of Americans have used a dating site or app. If you recall the exact population of USA, you'll realize that this is a pretty huge number. Moreover, if you dig into any research about online dating, you'll see that dating has become more and more popular during the last few years. And even during recent lockdowns around the world, the leading dating apps and websites recorded great surges in their traffic. We can say that owning an online dating business today is a great idea as never. And let's consider this an introduction, and let's move to next things and to things you really wanted to hear during this webinar. I'm talking about traffic. Traffic, leads, audience, impressions, no matter which word you are using, the sense remains the same. As soon as you're a proud owner of a dating service or app, the first thought will be, where can I find traffic for my business? And we are here today to answer that. Frankly, the most obvious answer that came to my mind during working on the presentation was everywhere. But do not hurry to judge me for a meaningless answer. What I really mean is that there are tons of different channels for the dating industry. And that's pretty cool since you are free to test a lot of them and find your favorite ones. These channels are very different. Some of them are pricey and require big budgets. Others are really cheap or even free. So finally, we are talking about something interesting, right? In general, there are two types of methods to find dating traffic. Some of them are absolutely official and well-known. These are called white hat methods. Others are known only for some narrow communities, and these may include various hidden strategies and not so wide ways to get traffic. They're called gray hat or black hat. But remember, notwithstanding its names, we are not going to break any laws or restrictions. The only sense of these methods is to bypass the restrictions of some products and services. In other words, despite of its grayness or blackness, these methods are not illegal. Okay, enough classifications and divisions. Let's talk about the first type, social traffic. This is the largest traffic channel in the world. Every day, 4 billion people are using it. Everyone's here. Engaged buyers, online shoppers, people who moved recently, higher education graduates, Mountain Dew lovers, and even dog parents, everyone. That means that in case you have an online business, this is probably one of the best channels for you. Traffic here is high quality. You may count on high conversions and enormous CDRs. And I assume that sounds like you need to stop this webinar and run to start your Facebook advertising campaign, isn't it? But not need to hurry. There is something on another hand, and the first thing on another hand is the price for that traffic. The price is really high, especially if your niche is competitive and there are a lot of companies bidding for the same audience. In other words, the more competitors you have, the higher your traffic price will be. This is a rough scheme of how it works. So we have one person who is a part of our targeted audience. However, the whole thing works like auction. And I mean that in addition to our bid, there will be a lot of competitors who desire to show their ads to the same person. So the final bid will be pretty high. And that was only the first reason. The second one, it's possible that you won't be allowed to advertise there at all. And that's true. You are bringing your time and money to Facebook, creating your campaigns, composing creatives, and Facebook refuses to take it and bans your ads account. This is a very common case, and you need to get used to it if you really want to use social media. Also, social traffic is not only about Facebook. There are tons of other sources, but let me tell you about them later. Alright, enough Facebook hating for today. Let's look at the main pros and cons of social media traffic. The pros of this channel. High quality. I mean high quality of the traffic. You're not afraid of bots, of fraud clicks and other terrible stuff, and that's cool. Lots of people. It means that here we have wide variety of different audiences, and you may test different creatives, play with audiences, apply different settings and filters. Cool results. It means cool and stable results. As soon as you are good to go with a robust campaign, just ensure that you have enough money, because campaign will work and bring you leads. That also means the stability of your source. Also, in most cases, ads managers are user-friendly and quite easy to use. You can create your campaign without any assistance, and you don't need to hurry to hire some expensive ad expert or digital agency. So it means you can save something at this initial stage. And the last one is statistics, analytics, and business intelligence. All of them will bring you a super accurate understanding of how your ads perform and what are the results. Now let's move to cons. The first one is high price. Expensive impressions, expensive clicks, views, sales, everything. In case you're looking for some pretty high volume of conversions, get ready that your monthly ad bills will look like phone numbers, and that's okay in this niche. Also, high competitive environment. Millions of people are showing ads to billions. What can go wrong, right? As a result, you need to get ready for really tough competition. Tailor your creatives. Make sure your copies are written well, and test as much as possible to manage with it. And the last one, you may be banned, especially if your dating business can be also called adult dating. And another table. Remember, I said that I'll tell you about social traffic beyond Facebook. Here's my personal list of favorite social platforms. You may use it whenever you'll be looking for a new source. And also, I assessed this list from perspective of dating business. So let's quickly go through all of them. The first ones are Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. I think that these platforms are the best from dating perspective. There are a lot of hot audiences for you here, and I think that you should give it a try. Regarding TikTok, TikTok is quite new platform, and a lot of things are quite strange over here, so it's needed to test. That's why I consider that as it depends, because you really need to try it to understand if it works for you. Pinterest. It's also quite interesting platform because Pinterest, the Pinterest audience is your targeted audience. There are a lot of young women who is sitting in Pinterest, and there are a lot of young guys, but the ads manager of this platform is quite strange, and you also need to test it to understand if it worth investing for you or not. What's about Twitter, LinkedIn, and Quora? I love these platforms, but they are not working for dating, let's be honest. Alright, cool. Let's move to the next one. Have you noticed that I didn't say anything about YouTube? YouTube is also kind of social media. So what's the deal? YouTube is a part of Google Ads network. Thus, if you're using Google Ads, you'll be able to use YouTube Ads as well. And Google Ads is a part of the global Google environment where the search engine is the main core. So I'm telling you this because there are some more companies like Google and you are able to advertise at all of them. Paid search, display, CPC, they are different types of traffic, but all of them can be bought from these companies. Let's look at them. Google Ads, Microsoft Advertising, Amazon Advertising, Verizon Media. Pretty familiar brands, right? And these guys are quite huge, and this is really great companies. And that means that we are talking about another huge traffic source. Same as social media, guys, they are rotating millions of different ads to billions of people. Everyone is using products that are somehow affiliated to these companies, and everyone is seeing tons of ads. Have you ever repeatedly seen the advertisement of the same product you've been recently looking at the online store? This is retargeting ad, and this is just one of hundreds of features of what these guys can do for you in terms of identifying the best audience. And of course, that can be freaking expensive, but also very effective. And again, ads in search query, ads in videos, banners, pop-ups, pre-rolls, different websites, retargeting, all of them can be handled by one single platform. So the pros of this channel: good quality of traffic, the same story as with social media. Great variety of different tools, features, targeting options, and lots of traffic. Lots of people. That means that you may target 24 years old left-handed vegans whose name starts with letter O and who work as a DJ, and you'll still have a lot of people who will see your ads. Of course, this is a bit hyperbolic statement, but you got what I mean. Also, these ad platforms have the best interfaces and ad managers. Also, there are dozens of different articles, cases, blogs, how-tos, where you can find all the information that needed for creating and launching profitable campaign. Statistics and data, they are even better than in case of social media. And despite general expensiveness of this source, there are some formats that still cost a little, like retargeting, CPM display ads, but you really need to work hard to get really low bids. Then let's move to cons. High price. That's true if you are a newbie. Also, this will be the problem if your product or service is not really relevant for your audience. If you're interested to hear more about the correlation between costs and relevance of the ad, we can make it during our Q&A. This is quite a long story. Lots of competitors and lots of dirt competitors. This is where you need to monitor your campaigns on a daily basis. Because in almost any niche, you may face click fraud ordered by your competitors and other unfair things and tactics. Also, you may be banned, especially if your dating business can be called adult dating, absolutely the same as social networks. Okay, let's move on. Remember, I've told you about black and gray hats. Now I'm gonna tell you how two previous channels can be leveraged for any industry without any bans, limits, and restrictions. I assume that lots of you have seen gambling, betting, sweepstakes, and other types of inappropriate ads in your Facebook, Instagram, or Google account. But all of these ads are strictly prohibited. So why are we seeing them when they are banned from advertising? Is there any sort of mistake or bug? But no coincidence. A lot of people work every day to bypass these restrictions and show ads of all subjects on these platforms. How? Let's look at this. Cloaking. Cloaking is the main black hat method of showing prohibited ads on any website. So you may rotate any kind of ads on any website. How does it work? Let's look at this image. So I should go to any platform where I'd like to promote my ads. Then I'm creating any sort of legit ad and sending it for moderation. In the example, I've took a teddy bear. Alright, then my legit ad passes the moderation successfully and it becomes eligible for advertising. In the meantime, the link in my ad URL is already configured with TDS. TDS stands for Traffic Distribution System, and this system filters bots from bots and moderators from the real audience and redirects them to an eligible web page, while real people will see prohibited content at my other web page. Then I'm slowly changing the initial title, description, and picture. That's it. As soon as moderator will recheck my ad, the TDS will filter him from all traffic and redirect him to some legit web page. And in that way, we may show absolutely any kind of ads at any platform. And you may see what happened to our teddy bear, right? So the pros of this channel. The same usual pros of services. It means you are able to use all of the features of these platforms and all the benefits of the services are still here for you. Also, no competitors. Even though cloaking is quite popular thing, you don't need to worry about competitors here. Low price of the traffic, relatively. Also amazing results and super effective advertising because you advertise something prohibited at a allowed platform. So it leads to really good results. What about cons? The TDS software is really pricey and you need investments for using it properly. Also, complexity of the algorithm. It's quite difficult to handle and you'll probably need some help. Moreover, you need to monitor everything daily and be ready to buy proxies, servers, etc. And you'll be banned. Sooner or later, moderators will detect something suspicious, and in that case, you need to create a new profile and start everything again from the scratch. So you'll need to get new accounts, profiles, and other supplies regularly, and this leads to instability. So I assume that's all, and let's move to the next one. The next one is a bonus source from me for today. Frankly, this is a really unknown traffic source, but it's kind of special for me. The thing is, this was my first traffic source when I started to work with dating. The bad thing about the source is simpleness, effectiveness, and price, or it would be even more correct to say its lack of price. Apps, chats, random rooms, forums with strangers, no sign-in websites, meet rooms, etc. All of it is a great source of bored people. Moreover, most of the apps are featured as random or anonymous, which also means that they don't have any kind of sign-up, registration, or verification. So it's very likely that people in these apps are your potential customers. They use the internet, they're bored, and they desire to communicate and to get attention. Some of you probably understand what I'm talking about. So Here are the pros. It's free, it's full of hot audience, there are no competitors in this field, and in the meantime, it may lead to great results. In addition to that, the process is really simple, and again, that's free. So how does it work? So you're looking for any app, sign in, looking for stranger and write him a message. For example, hey, would you like to meet me? Then you paste your link, send, and move to the next stranger. In other words, you're just spamming some exact application with an invitation to meet at your dating platform. As soon as you understand how it works and you understand that process from manual standpoint, you may look for some way of automating the process. You may dig into macro recorder or auto clickers or some other automation tools. As I said, this was my first traffic source and it was free and it remains free. In the meantime, my monthly revenue from the source was about $1,000. It is pretty good amount if you consider that it was 2012 and I worked via the CPI network and paid a commission. So I encourage you to give it a try. All right, thank you for having me. I invite you to connect with me on LinkedIn, drop me an email if you want to talk about something, if you want to talk about dating traffic or something else. It's a pleasure to talk to you today. Now, seems like we had some technical issues with my colleague who is gonna tell you the second part of our webinar, and just give us a few minutes to find out if she's able to conduct it. Thank you. All right. Also, admins suggested me to answer your questions at first, and then Kate, my colleague, will try to join us. So do you have any sort of questions? I'm really glad to answer them right now. Just drop me it via chat and I'll see them. Retention. Regarding retention, you mean churn rate and guys who used to use your app and then he disappeared, right? Just a sec, Kate. We'll resolve one question from Kevin and then I'll give you a ball. It's quite common problem that after completing the free trial, a lot of users are just going away and you don't have any conversions. It's quite common problem, and in most cases you need to look not only at advertising and marketing, but also you need to dig into your app, and it means that you need to have some more privileges for users to stay. So as soon as I'm completing free trial, I expect to see something more from your app. So I want to see more features, more premium things, or more girls that will write to me. And this is the first aspect. The second one is this is really normal that you don't have a lot of guys who are staying after free trial. And one of the best ways to keep up with it is just to increase the volume of incoming traffic. And from that perspective, you can just try to calculate how many people from 1,000 users who registered for free trial left after it. And you can just track this conversion rate to realize what's your movement. Is trend increasing or decreasing? And for doing it, you also need some base points to understand the general tendency. Also, one very solid tool from perspective of re-engagement is retargeting that I mentioned. Basically, you need to install special script. For example, Google Ads provide this. You may install Google retargeting tag. After that, this tag will collect all the users and visitors of your website. So it will give you an ability to launch marketing campaigns in Google Ads only for these particular visitors of your web page. And this works really great, and the price of this traffic is not so high. Also, if you want, you can just drop me a line to my email and we'll talk with you later about it. I have an ability to help you and I'll be glad to. So I suggest to give ball to Kate and she'll go with the second part of our webinar. Again, thanks everyone for having me. It was a pleasure.
So we talked about the major part of marketing instruments to bring traffic to your website. And let's now precisely check about the website itself. The marketing channels are like bloodlines of your dating website. And the most important, as far as I now see, the SEO, content writing, email marketing, and buying traffic from teaser and native ad networks. Let's start from the SEO. There is something your website can't survive without. In a nutshell, a search engine optimization brings you tools that let you grow free traffic from search engines to your website, such as Google, Yahoo, Bing, and others. And let me start from the fundamentals. There are 3 accepted meta tags that should be installed: the title tag, meta description tag, and meta keywords tag. The title tag, as far as you know, includes summarization information about your site. Usually the length should not exceed 60 symbols, but if it does, it's not a big deal. You won't be banned for it. But know that the better part of it is not indexed by Google in case it's larger than 60 symbols. Here is the example. The second one is meta tag description. Contains the description of what your site is about. One second, I'm changing. Yes, what your site is about, and it should be written in a very clear way. The maximum length of it is 160 symbols, and it's a great importance for search engine optimization, so take it pretty seriously. If it's a little bit more, so again, Google won't index it. And the third one is meta keyword tag. In recent times, this tag has become the least important for the search engines, and a lot of sites have stopped adding it. But there is an option that it may have weight for the SEO. So you lose nothing by adding this keyword, and it's better to have it. The next SEO strategies are the following: to insert internal links, best user experience, design, streamlined navigation, and how quickly your pages display really matters. Inclusion of keywords from URL to headings and subheadings is also a must-have. Articles should also include long-term content, which means at least 700 words. And it should concern more important information for your customers. Backlinks. It's the links that other sites put to yours one. Should also be cultivated. The more backlinks, the higher ranking number score in the search engine results. About the backlinks. Ways to build backlinks. Submit your dating website URL to the free directories. Link exchanges, link to another site. And in return, that site includes a reciprocal link to yours one. Then article directories, write an article for different site and include your link. And about link bait, it's very popular nowadays, is providing valuable content on your website so others will naturally link to it. But you know what? You don't have to be a SEO pro to find and remove the major mistakes your website might have. Pay attention to the following utilities to improve your website: Google search engine, SEMrush, Ahrefs, Screamfrog, COO, SimilarWeb to spy on your competitors, and Google Marketing Platform. But let's jump to the content writing, because today it's one of the major part. Content writing is, I would call it, a long-lasting relationship that eventually will bring you a satisfaction. Let's check how it worked for the top leaders of dating websites. I bring you as an example OkCupid, all others read it as OkCupid. That was one of the first online dating websites to use content to drive its overall strategy. And recently, they made a dictionary for the modern dater. And you may find it on their blog in Medium. And they used the humor in order to engage the visitors and readers to their website. Here is the example, you may find it. The second one is eHarmony website app. Unlike the others, eHarmony relies on emotional storytellers rather than statistics. With a helpful and thoughtful tone of voice, it aims to storm the fears and general stigmas that surround all dating, using the advice-based articles to drive registration to their main site. And everybody knows Tinder. Tinder is one of the best examples how to use social media to engage users. By enabling users to sign up with their Facebook login, it clearly cuts through the frustration of traditional dating websites, encouraging a younger audience to download and use the app. Its Facebook page continuously drives interest. Once it was a Valentine's Day post and generated more than 58,000 likes, more than 9,000 shares. So it's coming out on the top in terms of engagement for online dating websites. But do not forget about the next one, viral content influencing. Your blog also presents an opportunity to create viral content that can be shared across your social media channels. For example, check about this. OkCupid used data stories to share attention-grabbing statistic. For example, they showed 50% of people fantasize about hooking up with their co-workers, also using the humor. Use your success stories to grab attention across your landing pages and your blog. The Match.com created the whole study case page on its website with all the information about the guys who are searching for whom, who is dating, where they're meeting, and other love stories, which also is a good example. The next part, let's jump to email marketing. Did you know that email marketing remains one of the most effective, rewarding methods of promotion? But as we start searching for the email marketing programs, you should the first thing you should know is that email campaign websites like MailChimp, which is very popular, SendGrid and MailerLite and others will not allow you to send a dating email campaign. So please keep it in mind when you start it. But I'll give you the bullet points that you should take into consideration using these marketing channels as email marketing. Build a legit mailing list. How to do it? Just insert a mail catcher on your website. And please don't buy an email listing because definitely it won't be the real one. Pay attention at your customers' interests. personalize your email. By personalization, I don't mean just insert their names. I mean make the craft of the campaign that feels personalized for the person, that you will feel like it was sent exactly for you. And include clear calls to action to actually get the customers re-engaged into your website. Then one of the most important and not the least, then design. A clean and clear and direct design that will resemble the landing page you're sending users to, which means that your landing page and the campaign design should be the same, that the person won't appear in some different strange website. Make sure that your email is compatible with all major email providers. Check the spam score. To check the spam score, all you have to do is to paste your content to the spam checker box like Postmark, for example. So the most important, as for me nowadays, in spite all the marketing channels, other marketing channel work, is buying the traffic directly from DSPs, open marketplaces, and ad exchange, as the traffic will be vertically eligible and precisely targeted. It combines everything you need: automated ad delivery, fixed or auction-based price, which is also up to you to choose the platform, supported variety of ad formats, and highly converted placements of the ad. And you definitely heard and probably already used the AdWords or AdSense for your business. But still, there are plenty of issues you have to face to use it properly. Their policies are not easy to follow, and especially if you're a dating website owner. And it's too obviously to get banned before you start running your campaign, straight after you filled up the billing form. So when it comes to choose ad network to advertise with, the most important is the source of traffic. And the source of traffic, the better one is a direct one. Direct traffic is preferred as you can control and optimize it wisely and definitely get converted. And as we represent our company, I would like to show you the company we work for. It's called Traforama. Here we have not only direct deals, which means that publishers and advertisers can communicate and work with no intermediaries. Not only direct traffic, but also an opportunity to chat with website owner whom you choose and discuss the stats, for example, the stats of your performance and the ad sport, which you may choose as well. And you have the full access to their website reviews that other advertisers already written, which is everything is true and real. And to summarize everything that we talked about today, you know that you get the most profitable way your website should work is, and it's pretty accurate marketing channels that you should choose which one really works for you. Thank you. Any question time? Yes, there are plenty of competitors. And as I said, there is similar web utility which you can use to spy on them. You may check all the most popular keywords. You may find the normal price for them and use them for your campaigns. Of course, the niche is full of competitors, but SEO always works because Google indexes each of your page. And since last February, Google updated its Panda and about the paragraph. So, which means that when somebody is searching for something in the Google search engine, it searches every your page and every paragraph to find the answer for the user. So SEO nowadays is still very important. The results of search engine optimization will be visible in your Google Analytics or other analytics which you can use, for example, Ahrefs, in order to check your website score, to check your keyword score, the amount of people who are searching exactly for your website, and the ranking. So the analytics will answer you on this question about will it work. But you should keep it in mind that content writing and blog writing, articles, and many other things which is connected to the SEO, it's a long-term process. For example, if you just inserted new keywords, new website page today, tomorrow I'm sure you won't have straight streaming traffic, but in case you have very good content on your website, some other competitors can reference to it and link to it. So it's also a good result. I think that the best option of getting the dating traffic fast is using the ad networks. Because you're buying direct traffic, you can check the spots for your traffic placement. You can choose it directly. You can communicate with the webmaster directly, and it's much better than using Google AdWords on Facebook, because there you cannot connect the website owner. And here you may define the traffic exactly for your website, which is the most important. This is how it will work. Thank you.
We don't have any other questions for Kate and her colleague Denise. I think we can wrap it up, and I will repost the recording, the slides in our Telegram and WhatsApp chats. So feel free to join them. I will copy the links in the chat right now. Yeah. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Dennis. It was a nice presentation.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I don't see any
Thank you
other
for your time.
questions. Yeah. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.